A very good morning to you, Desiree, and to our viewers at home. COSATU sitting for the past 3 days, this being an extraordinary meeting of the Central Executive Committee of the Federation. Hot on the agenda being the state of affairs here in the country. Things have seemingly not been going well for quite some time. This coming also just at the back of what has been happening there at ESCOM over the resignation of Andre de Ruyter. That being pushed forward. He'll be leaving and vacating the office, so we expecting to just hear them around issues of that declaration of a state of disaster. The announcements also coming from the state of the SONA by the President Cyril Ramaphosa, and also we know in budget as well the Finance Minister Godongwana as well, just giving some sort of an indication in terms of how the budget is going to be used to address some of the challenges that have existed on the ground. But COSATU just even going into this budget, talking about issues that have not been going well at apex departments, this being your Department of Health, your Department of Education, and the police sector as well, to say that most of these entities have really been deteriorating over time. And these are really pivotal when you look at the issues of the delivery of services. So they are looking at concrete interventions where those are concerned. Of course, also just worried about the ballooning numbers of people that are unemployed. You can remember and imagine that COSATU is a federation of unions. The unions really represent the challenges or the plights of the workers here in South Africa. But then they've been concerned around the losses of those numbers in the unions that over time have just been because of the effects of an economy that has been stagnant over time. But today we're expecting to hear from them as well around the expectations going into the public sector strike. You can imagine that public sector workers have not been happy for quite some time, Desiree, and COSATU as the mother body working with SABC and the South African Policing Union, they've been really hard at work to try to convince the employer to just turn around or reverse that unilateral implementation of the 3%. But the finance minister even yesterday solidifying that 3% to say that government at this point in time cannot afford to accommodate the workers. But the writing really being on the wall here in terms of what we can expect in the coming 8 days. Today, the workers will be serving the employer, the government, with a 7-day strike notice, and COSATU is expected to touch on that as well in terms of how we expected to move forward, because it's going to really be really detrimental when you look at the issues of the delivery of services in the public sector.